All right, we're going to skip ahead to something on lesson 18 because I want to catch up the lessons, and I was putting a chart to each lesson. Now I'm going to do 2 charts per lesson. In this chart, we have our major. We were just talking about this guy, right? We were just talking about this guy. We know what it is. I can see immediately I'm looking at 3 3. Okay, I'm looking at 6 6. I'm looking at 2 2, 5 5, and R R. Those are the five beginning notes for each of the cage shapes. The 3 would be the C. Okay, where the R would be up here. So now it's up here. Okay, and then with the G shape starts on the 6. Okay, and the R would be again up there. Now the D shape starts on the 2. That's an E. What is E the second of? D. Okay. Now the A shape starts on the 5th. We're talking the key of A because anything in the open string goes into those keys. You can't do cage shapes that are in the same key without going up the neck to find, say this is an A, so this would be a cage shape B. That's a cage shape B, but this is open, key of caged. I call it key of caged. C, A. That they're key of caged. So this is the 5th here on the bottom, and where's the root? 2nd string up. That's A. That is an A, sort of. It's out of tune. Now, root. What starts on the root? Well, it actually starts on the 7. We could start it on the root. Now, this is a different one. Hey, wait, this isn't one of the caged. Oh, yes, it is. It's the E. It's the E shape. There's your root. See that? Now, that 7 is sort of inaccessible. It's accessible over here. So then you would have to give considerations to this pattern here. You would want to be playing it and know it, internalize in your head. I'm doing this pattern, and I know that I can break out of this pattern when these 2 notes are the same as one of these patterns, and then just go into one of our familiar. These are reduced to the simplest form patterns. These right here are simplest form patterns. This is not a simplest form pattern because it's got repeat notes. Okay? So that's the reason why that's the way that is. Okay, but we just find this is useful, very useful. So we got a little more time here to talk about caged. So everybody wants to know about caged. We've got 2 sets of caged here. These both, C is both of these, A is both of these, G is both of these, E is both of these, D is both of these. Remember I said D starts at the 2? Because this D, the E, the open string E on the bottom, is the second of what? D. See, now we're really not just talking D shape. We're talking real D, like F sharp D. F sharp D. Okay? Now, so what are we talking about? This is the pure pattern. The unwarped cage patterns taken directly from the full major scale pattern stack. Not only is it unwarped, but it's taken from the major pattern stack that has the full stack elements only. Okay, so here's 7R2. That's a full stack element, right? Let's get rid of this thing because when we zoomed in, it wasn't squared around the same thing. what we got here, let's just look at this right here, okay? This one right here. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 R2, right? So here's a 7 R2 is a full element. It's full element. We don't have any partials. We don't have 7R with nothing else. We got 7R2. But we also have R23, which is the middle member of the S3XL. So R23. So we have the full 7R2 and we have the R23, and they're allowed to share notes this way. That's what gives this stack its particular shape. Okay. Now, so what I did was I built the pattern stack. Remember I said, like, if this is a 3 and this is a 3, that's the C shape. Trust me, it is. There's your 3 and there's your 3 over there. It's just taken right from the pattern stack. But we're not taking a lot of extra notes with us, just what we need. Okay? Now, when you warp the top string here, you get this. This is what the guitar is. But I can't just draw a guitar around this. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't just draw a guitar and say that's a guitar, because there's shared notes here. Here's 5, 6, 2, 3. Here's 5, 6, 2, 3. They're shared like that. Okay, because C shares notes with A, shares notes with G, shares notes horizontally. They're interacting like that. So we don't just call that this is for breaking things up into cage shapes. Okay, call them chambers, whatever you like, and you can do a scale from there. All right, so let's start the one that starts on an R. Why not? Okay, so E would be. Let's get off the bar. Okay, I'm going to start it from the second string. I can start an E from the second string. That's completely legal. Okay, as long as we warp it. So it's R2, 3. That's your E. You just have to trust me. I know my piano. Okay, so it's E from the second string. Okay. Oh yeah. Whoops. Now, we've gotten up to root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're here, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to get to this 7R, but we just don't want to guess where that 7 is. We don't want to guess where that 7 is. We want to know where that 7 is. So let's internalize mentally that we just played a 5, 6. So it always helps to count and say it to yourself. Ready? Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's the 5, 6 in the pure simplest form pattern, right? The pure little pattern. So we know 5, 6 goes to the 7R. We're going to take it. All right? Okay? So that's the mentality of playing the, the pattern, the new pattern, okay? We've got to give creed to these big long notes. And believe me, if you start down here, it's pretty much the same thing. When we start the root there, 5, 6, 7 root. Okay? Now, it starts again up here. We have 2, 3, 4. It's an interesting. Where's 2, 3, 4? It's the bottom of this one. Okay, so what the problem is, I went and this is part of a 7L, okay, and we did an S3S down here, but there was an S2L right here, so an S3S would be stacked here. The interesting thing about the S3S's, okay, let's get that 7L chart. Where is it? Hiding right there. Right there. Come on, cursor mode. All right, there goes 7L. The insert